Welcome to Seoul, the capital of the Republic of South Korea. For decades, the city known as the Miracle of the Han kept its head down, barely raising a ripple as the country rebuilt in the decades following the Korean War. Today, Seoul has re-emerged as an economic powerhouse and the epicenter of Hallyu, a Korean wave of culture that is sweeping the world's smartphones, food halls, and dance floors. But Seoul wasn't always so outgoing. In the 14th century, a 12-mile fortress wall encircled Korea's ancient capital. Its gates closed each night to keep marauding Siberian tigers and invaders at bay. Since then, the city has spilled out far beyond and above its great city gates and guardian mountains. 21st century Seoul is a city where glass and steel towers and the ancient curves of palace roofs coexist. It's a city where the brushstrokes of the past and contemporary public art tell stories of tradition and inspiration. Coming to grips with Seoul's incredible size and sweeping narrative can be a little daunting. So start your adventure at the K-Style Hub, a state-of-the-art visitor center where South Korea's past, present, and future converge. From the latest in K-pop to its timeless national parks. From the cutting edge of K-design to culinary traditions which have taken centuries to perfect. And while you're here, why not slip into the traditional dress? Dressing up hanbok style doesn't just put you in touch with Korea's proud past. It also gives you free admission into many of Seoul's most revered historic places. At the head of Gwanghwamun Square sits the gleaming statue of Sejong the Great, the 15th century Joseon dynasty king, whose reign oversaw a golden age of literature, science, and technology. The great leader sits before the grandest of Seoul's 5 royal palaces, Gyeongbokgung, the Palace of Shining Happiness, a residence of Joseon dynasty rulers. From the late 1300s until 1910, the palace has endured fires, invasion, and wars. Wander through the palace's ornate gates, pavilions, halls, and throne room, which, in accordance with Confucian principles, are perfectly balanced by the simplicity of the pine-covered mountain backdrop. Take a short bus or subway ride to the east to explore the adjoining palaces of Changdeokgung and Changgyeonggung, which are separated by a simple stone wall. In the tranquil confines of Changdeokgung's secret garden, sit for a while by the pond, where kings once paused from royal duties and dramas to write poetry beneath the ginkgo, walnut, and plum trees. To the south at Doksugung Palace, see the changing of the guard, which takes place 3 times each day. Then explore the eclectic mix of palace buildings, such as the pavilion, where coffee-loving King Gojong enjoyed his daily cup, paving the way for his country's future caffeine obsession. Just to the west is the last of Seoul's great palaces, Gyeonghee-gung, a royal refuge in times of unrest. After exploring Seoul's vast temple complexes, see how government officials and ordinary Koreans once lived. At the Namsangol Hanok village, ancient buildings and traditions have been preserved in one of the most scenic and tranquil areas of Seoul. To see how how Seoul's citizens furnished their homes, visit the Korea Furniture Museum in Songbuk-gu. Here, over 2,000 exquisite pieces of practical craftsmanship are displayed within 10 traditional houses. The story of Korean craftsmanship continues at the National Museum of Korea, which houses national treasures such as the 10-story pagoda and priceless white porcelain from the Joseon era. But it's in Seoul's busy streets where the past and present really rub shoulders, and where the two Korean loves of shopping and food go hand in hand. Close to Seoul's Great South Gate, step into Korea's largest marketplace, Namdaemun Market, where locals have been bargaining hard for over 600 years. If you're looking for beauty products, join the 1 million shoppers who stream into neighboring Myeongdong each day to hit the 1,000 cosmetic stores. And when your head starts to spin,